Hey guys, as you can tell from the title of the video, I had just finished JoJo, The Bizarre Adventures Part 2. And I just want to give my opinion on it, because I really like the first part, and I think it's only fitting that I also comment on the next parts that I watch. Now, I heard there are 8 parts, which sounds cool, and different protagonists, every single one, which also is cool, but also a little disheartening a little bit, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about part 2. And aside from a few times where I got a little mad at something, or I got something spoiled for me, I liked a lot of it. I thought it was pretty darn good. I can't really say if I like part 1 or 2 better, because I just don't really know. They're both really good. But I guess just talk about the stuff what I liked about part 2 and stuff I didn't like about part 2. And I apologize if my camera is being glitchy right now. I have no clue why. I don't know how to solve it. I'll figure it out later. So the video might be a little choppy. I don't know. I hope not. But anyway, let's just start with some of the pluses, because there's a lot of them. 1, the soundtrack. Now, I know I said I really liked the first one, and I still do. But the second one's kind of grown on me, you know? Like, I don't know, but you know the part where the guy sings, "Like a bloody storm, like a bloody stone"? That is stuck in my head, along with my brother. That's stuck in our heads. We just can't get it out. Don't understand why. It's so catchy. But it's a really good theme song with a lot of spoilers in it, if you pay attention. And one thing I did like about the Zeppelis in the show, now if you watch part 1, you'll know that Baron Zeppeli, Jonathan's teacher, he died pretty quickly, you know. Not really that quickly, but halfway through the series he died. Now, with the Caesar, who was his grandson, he didn't die halfway through the series, he died close to the end. And he had such a fitting death, but the only complaint I had about that was I didn't get to see him at the end. He was such a cool character, but it just really disappointed me that I didn't get to see more of him, you know? Because he's just that cool. But I'm glad the way it worked out, giving him a suitable death, that really makes sense. And there's a bunch of stuff, like I said, this is a very unscripted video. Well, I didn't say this now, but in the past, these are unscripted videos, because I don't really care. But this is going to be kind of sporadic. I'm going to try to get all the good things and then the bad things. So the good things are just going to be like there, you know, it's out of nowhere. So let's just get to the villains. The villains are just freaking awesome. I don't understand, but the 3 of them, Yamu, AC/DC, and Cars, yes, they're all references to bands. They look like they're about to spit out a sick diss track, like the Numians from Star Wars. They look like they're just about to lay it out in some fire, you know? Especially with that beat. Dude, those guys, I mean, a better clothing choice and those guys could be a band nowadays and get millions of dollars. I guarantee it. But they were so cool. Like AC/DC, when they first fought AC/DC, when he started crying, I was like, that is so stupid. Why are you doing that? And then he made up a reason for it. I was like, okay, that makes a little sense. It's still a little stupid, but yeah, okay, that's cooler. And the way he died was kind of cool. Cars, I liked Cars until the end when he was kind of being a jerk face and kind of like lied and cheated. I know he's a bad guy, but you know, compared to the next bad guy who I'm going to talk about, I don't know. He was good, and he was a cool villain. I just don't like him because he's a bad guy and he did bad things. As a bad guy, he's cool, but I just don't like him. You know, like how you don't like somebody, like how nobody liked Darth Vader originally until Return of the Jedi. But now Yamu, the best villain, one of the best villains I've ever seen in anime. Just like I guess I can't really say that. But he's just awesome. I love how he's an honorable, respectful warrior, you know? He's not a Frieza who's just gonna spit in your face and say how good he is like my younger brother. No, he's a respectful, honorable man who fights, like, if you are strong, even if you don't beat him, he will respect you and honor you, you know? Give him a good death. I love that about Yamu. He's so freaking cool. Like I said, aside from the clothing, I think that Yamu was an awesome villain. And if I ever write a manga or do an anime like I'm hoping to do in the future, I'm definitely going to have my villains be like that, you know, respectful, you know. Evil, but not that evil. And now we got to get the Santiagos out of the way. He was really cool, like, when we first seen him. But, I mean, and I understand he was there to introduce the Pillarmen, but the way they kind of introduced it, now this isn't really a bad thing, but I don't get it. The way they kind of introduced Santiago and the Pillarmen, it made it seem like they're going to go to different places and fight different Pillarmen. Like all the time, not like just all 3 Pillarmen awake at the same time and become a group, or regroup, I should say. It didn't really, it kind of felt like that's what they were going to do, even though they didn't. Now, like I said, this isn't necessarily a bad thing, I just got a little confused. Excuse me. But Santiago's was cool. I thought it was cool. And I had his name in my head. Van der Stross or something? The German guy? I think JoJo has finally, I think an anime has finally pulled off how to make a Nazi not super terrible. And, like, he was kind of annoying sometimes because, you know, he's always screaming and talking about the Vaterland. But, I mean, he was kind of cool sometimes with his robot suit and how he kind of sacrificed himself to defeat Santiago's. I thought that was cool. And then when he came in with his cyborg body, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. He can compete, not really compete with cars. That's dope, man. Oh. And then he started screaming again. I was like, And then I remember at the end when they all were coming in with those UAV lights, I was like, whoa, that's gonna be freaking cool. And then they do nothing with them, but that's okay. Like I said, sporadic. Now let's jump to Lisa or spoilers, like big time spoilers past this point. But I guess there's already a lot of spoilers before. Lisa or Elizabeth, you know, Joseph's mother. I actually thought she was his aunt because as soon as I seen the picture from her briefcase, I seen that as like, why does she have that? Oh, is she the girl? I was like, oh, she must be JoJo's aunt. And then we learned that it's his mother. And that's crazy because I did not expect that. Well, I expected her to be part of the Joestar family as soon as I seen that picture, but I didn't expect her to actually be the person, you know? And it was just me, or in the beginning, hold on, I'm going to get back to keep Lisa. And one thing I liked about Lisa is she wasn't like Zeppeli. She didn't die really quickly. She didn't even die. I mean, granted, she did almost died and didn't get the fight that I kind of wanted to see her in. But, I mean, it still worked out great. I mean, she's alive. She got married again. She looks like a late 20s and she's like 60s, 50s, 60s. I mean, that's good for her, I guess. Which means Joseph's seen her naked. That's kind of messed up because it's his mom. Ew. Ugh. But, what was I getting back on before the mother, or I guess in between the mother? Oh, well, like I said, sporadic. I'm gonna go with one thing I really disliked. Susie Q. Like, I know a lot of people probably liked her. I mean, it's not really the accent I didn't like, because I know people have accents like that in real life, and it's not the accent, it's just, I don't know why. I mean, I guess Irina didn't get much screen time either, but it felt like Irina was more like we knew more about Irina than we did Susie Q. I don't know. My friend was trying to talk to me like, oh, well, we didn't see much of Irina, and that is true, but I felt like Irina was more of a solid character, even with we seen like 5 minutes of her tops. Susie Q was kind of annoying, and it does make sense for Joseph to just get married on the spot like he did. So I guess that makes sense. But Susie Q, I was kind of disappointed that was his girlfriend. I was kind of hoping for someone more tolerable. But hey, I mean, I guess good for Joseph. And Smokey the character, you know, I actually kind of liked him. Like, in the beginning, I'm like, yeah, he's cool. I didn't like how they kind of cut him out, because I was thinking, why would you add him in the first place if he's not going to be in there? So I kind of lived with it. And at the end, when he came back, I was like, why is he with you, Speedwagon? And, sorry, my cat is trying to get up here. And, you know, at the funeral, I thought, hey, that was cool, you know? That was cool introducing him. He makes sense, you know? It was cool. Yeah, I don't know. In the beginning of the series, I honestly thought Straizo was going to be the bad guy, like the full-on bad guy. I didn't like it because we didn't get to see a lot of him. It'd make more sense if it was someone else from the first series. But I still think Straizo was cool, and I like how he said, like, he wanted to be so young and powerful when he died because he wants to bring that strength down to hell. Whether that works or not, I don't know. Otherwise, it better get lifted, you know. But the story was pretty good, too. And I really liked the story of it and the episodes because it wasn't 9 episodes long. It gave me time to enjoy it, you know? Because I didn't just watch this, like, run through it like number 1. I actually gave it like a last weekend I watched them, and this weekend I finished it off. I gave it time, to ferment, to be better and better. I just did part 1 so much because it was so short, I thought, like, well, I'll just get it done, But that's why I'm excited for the part 3, because my friend says it has like 30 to 40 episodes. And I was like, dang, boy, that's a lot. So when I end up watching that, which I will after, I will literally start watching it as soon as this video is like completely edited, even though it's going to be barely edited, and starting to upload. As it's like uploading or exporting, I'll be watching it. Promise you that, because it looks cool. And Jotaro, who's the main protagonist of the 3rd part, I hear. I honestly thought that the first JoJo was going to look like him. I had no clue what JoJo was even about, aside from that JoJo, I guess you don't know. But I just honestly thought that's going to be the main character. That's what it's going to look like. And then when I seen this, I was like, what? That's not JoJo? This guy's JoJo. And also, I know I'm kind of getting off part 2, which I'll get back to, but part 3 has these things called stands. I've heard they're kind of like people who, like, fight for you or something. I don't really know how I feel about that. I loved Hamon. I loved the hands-on, fighting, getting in there. Even though there wasn't really a lot for a battle anime. Or manga, whatever you read. But Stan seems like more of a Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or freaking LBX. For those of you who don't know, it was a Nicktoons anime show where people have like little phones where they control small robots that fight or something. It was kind of cool, but I was young when I watched it. I don't know. That's what I'm kind of feeling from it. But honestly, I don't know why you'd have fans of Eminem fighting each other. That seems to get pretty bad. I mean, we've all heard the song Stan. I mean, if you haven't and you're not that old, you probably shouldn't listen to it because it's not very friendly. But yeah, I guess back to part 2. What else is there? Caesar, I already touched on Caesar, how cool he is. Did I touch? No, I didn't touch on how cool Caesar was, just his death. Caesar was a dope character. I honestly thought he was awesome. And he was better than Speedwagon in the beginning. And I know you're going to hurt me and call me names and desubscribe because apparently Speedwagon is best boy. But I just liked, because Caesar was more in the action and could compete with JoJo where Speedwagon couldn't. Even though Speedwagon had a charm to him and he was pretty cool. I don't know. But what else is there? Well, I guess we should do some things I don't like. Joseph was an awesome character, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I got a little mad at him because it's just, I don't know, like I loved it when he went, now you're going to say, so, da and then they go, so, oh, I always thought that was amazing, but I was like, well, I guess it's not a dislike, but I didn't understand it that much. But I didn't like how cocky and rude he was. I loved how Jonathan was so honorable and like he'll fight you fairly, and then Joseph's over here like throwing rocks under your carriage wheel, and it's just like, come on, man, come on. I understand when you're trying to survive, you'll do anything, but at least have a little sense of pride, the good pride, not the bad pride, the good pride. So I think Joseph lacked in that, but the reason I'm actually happy, well, kind of glad he was like that, even though I dislike it a little bit, is that separates him from Jonathan, which then makes him his own character and not just some peel-off or rip-off, So that was good, but also I kind of disliked it a little bit, but it was necessary. And what else was there to touch on? The Masters were cool, not the Masters, those two guys that JoJo and Caesar trained with, those guys were cool. I mean, they're okay. If this show didn't have them, I guess it'd be not much different, but whatever. Let's see. Lisa, like I said, she was pretty cool. I liked her training place. That was awesome. How they had to climb that grease pole. Like, that seemed cool. Except I don't understand how they survived that long. Like, it was over a few days. And the human body can't survive can only go up to 3 days without drinking water. And that's if you're in a cool environment and you're not doing much, which they were doing a lot of stuff. And oil probably doesn't hydrate your skin. So, obviously, they were sweating and using a lot of focus and energy to climb that up, which makes them sweat. They had no access to water, which makes them not be able to rehydrate themselves. And any food they could get, which they couldn't get any, they couldn't eat because it take up more and more moisture from your body. I watched Dual Survival, okay? I know this stuff. But I'm laughing at my own jokes. Look at that, guys. I'm the best. So, I kind of don't understand how they survived that. But you know what? That doesn't bother me exactly. I just got a little confused. I know it's an anime. I know it's JoJo. I know it's probably a little gay here and there. But, you know, whatever. Whatever. Kids bop. Calm down. Oh my gosh. I swear, whenever I'm recording a freaking video, something's wrong with my face. Literally the last one, I couldn't stop coughing. Most of my videos, I can't stop coughing when I'm doing this. Now, my nose is getting freaking in, like, snot building up. I don't get it. Like, you'd say, oh, because you're talking a lot. No, I do that a lot. I talk all the time to my brothers and sisters, and I go on longer than I have, like, this time. It's still happening, though. I don't freaking get it. It's annoying the crap doodles out of me. Also, at the funeral, I knew, this is one thing I didn't like, I knew JoJo wasn't going to die, because my friend told me that none of the characters die, or something like that, except for Jonathan, and when the funeral happened, I was like, oh, he's still alive. Well, there goes a twist. But cool was to see Susie Q and him got married just like that. That was a twist, whether I liked it or not. And also, here's a big spoiler that I'm not excited for part 3. Apparently, the villain is Speedwagon. I could be wrong on this, but my friends, or my cousin, Creeper King 101, yeah, we're related, get some. He was like, dude, I can't tell you the name or it'll be a spoiler, I can't. I was like, dude, all I want is a name. Just a name. You don't have to tell me anything about them but the name. Like, I can't, dude, you'll figure it out. You know what it was. Like, dude, just give me the freaking name. He's like, I can't. I was like, is this Speedwagon? And he's like, yes. And my brother's like, dude, you're not supposed to tell him that. But the reason why I actually believed them is because after that, they started to try to prove me wrong. Well, not prove me wrong, but tell me that, oh, it was just a joke and stuff. And if it really is Speedwagon, I don't know how I feel about that, because seeing Speedwagon as a bad guy, I just can't. I really can't. I don't know. But at the end of part 2, he said he died of a heart attack in 59, I believe. But obviously that could be a cover-up. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, and they're probably tricking me, and then I look like an idiot. So yeah, Speedwagon's a bad guy, guys. Count me on that. Either that or Dio, because they found his chest, and actually, or his treasure chest. But they kept telling me that Dio's coming back. I don't know. I think this is a trick, because if you remember, Dio not only was with JoJo when the ship blew up, but it was Irina and Elizabeth, or at least Lisa, in that little thing when it exploded, because it could withstand the blast. So I don't know if Dio's actually coming back. If he is, then I'm freaking excited, because Dio's the best. And I'm pretty sure he actually is coming back, because they said he had a stan, or whatever that is. An Eminem rapper fan. I don't know. But overall, part 2 was awesome. The new influence of Hamon, and the new masks and pillars and the jewel thing. All of it was super cool, and I felt like I could vibe with it easily. It's not super complicated. Like, try reading Naruto Shippuden on the mangas, and you'll be just scratching your head at so many different points. Because talk about chakra points and whatnot and that. This is pretty simple. I know like the beginning of Naruto was pretty simple, and they got complicated along the way, but it seems pretty simple so far. And I like complicated, but also like simple, you know? That's why I watch shows like The Amazing World of Gumball and Adventure Time. Actually, it's kind of complicated near the end, but Amazing World of Gumball, Courage the Cowardly Dog. I won't say a regular show, but that's also complicated. And that's why I also watch complicated shows like Lost. Also, I just bought the 5th season, so maybe I do a reaction to that. Probably not. I might. Manifest and Doctor Who, those are all great shows that are super complicated that I just sometimes can't wrap my head around it. But you know, I don't know. Anyway, it was a great part. I loved it, and I'm definitely about to go watch part 2. Part 3. I'm not going to rewatch part 2 yet. That'd be, I don't know. One last thing. In the beginning of part 2, where did JoJo hide that Tommy gun? There's literally no way he could hide that Tommy gun behind his thing. Because the barrel, like, don't give me this Hamon bullcrap. That was a round drum. And I'm not the biggest gun expert, but I know that thing will protrude like crazy. If you go like this, the barrel drum will be like just sticking out. No, it doesn't matter which way you pull it. It's either the handle sticking out, or the barrel sticking out, or drum. Thank you. The drum will be sticking out, and it's so clearly obvious. And why did he have so many grenades on him? Where's this guy ready for a freaking war? I don't understand it. I mean, it was cool nonetheless, but it was a little confusing. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm about to go watch part 3. Also, one last thing, 2 more things. One, I actually recently just finished season 1 of Arrow, because I'm watching it on Netflix, and if you want me to do a reaction not reaction, but like I just finished this show for YouTube, comment down below, and I will. I finished it today, either today or last night I finished it, and then I watched a few episodes of season 2. But anyway, it was a good show. And also comment down a show you want me to watch, and then like I just finished this, and I'll try to do that. I know I don't have many people, so that makes it easier, you know. But it'd probably just be like season 1, or if I'm really interested, I might do more seasons of it. You know, you get it. So yeah, guys. So yeah, that'll be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.